There was a silence in heaven, a silence that could be felt, not absence, but waiting, the kind of stillness that breathes before the birth of a storm. And I saw 7 angels standing before the throne, each holding a golden bowl. The air was thick with incense and fire, and from the temple of God came a voice, deep as eternity. Go, and pour out the bowls of my wrath upon the earth. I fell to my knees, for I knew. This was no longer warning, this was fulfillment. When the first bowl was poured upon the earth, I saw the skin of men burn with sores, festering, oozing, glowing like molten wounds of sin itself. These were not mere diseases, they were manifestations of rebellion. Every hidden corruption, every prideful defiance, surfaced like blisters on the flesh of humanity. And I heard, those who worship the beast shall bear the mark not only on their hands, but upon their very souls. It was the unveiling of inner decay. What man had worshipped now consumed him. Then the second angel poured his bowl into the sea, and it became as blood, thick and dark as rusted iron. Every creature that had life within those waters died. The sea, once the cradle of creation, became the mirror of death. It was as though the oceans mourned for what humanity had done to the breath of God's world. The tide carried the stench of judgment. The rivers followed. Springs, fountains, streams, they turned into blood. The angel declared, "Because they shed the blood of saints and prophets, they are given blood to drink, for they are worthy." The rivers once whispered peace, now they screamed justice. And I saw the earth itself shudder, as though every drop of rain remembered the tears of the innocent. The fourth bowl was poured upon the sun, and its fire scorched men with unrelenting heat. They cursed the name, yet would not repent. The very source of light that once gave life now became the torch of divine wrath. It was as if heaven itself said, "If you will not walk in the light, then be consumed by it." The fifth angel poured his bowl upon the throne of the beast, and darkness covered his kingdom. A darkness that could be felt, thick, tangible, crawling into the lungs of men. I heard them gnaw their tongues in pain, not from the darkness, but from the truth it revealed. For in that void, every illusion shattered. The false prophet's light was extinguished, and men saw the empire they worshipped for what it truly was, an empty throne. The sixth bowl was poured upon the great river Euphrates, and its waters dried up, to prepare the way for the kings of the east. Then I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, emerging from the mouths of the dragon, the beast and the false prophet. They went forth to deceive the nations and to summon them for the final war. And upon the winds came the whisper, "Behold, Armageddon." When the seventh angel poured his bowl into the air, a voice thundered from the temple, from the throne itself. "It is done." The earth convulsed, mountains melted, islands fled, cities crumbled like ashes in the wind. Hailstones, each the weight of a man, fell from the heavens, and yet humanity cursed God still. But in that ruin, heaven did not rejoice, it wept. for wrath was never the goal. Redemption was. And the temple of heaven was filled with smoke, from the glory and the power of God. No one could enter it until the judgments were complete. I saw the angels bow their heads, their wings trembling, for even heaven itself mourned what had been lost. The bowls lay empty, and the silence returned. Amid the ruins, I walked alone. The air still smelled of fire, and the horizon bled red like a wounded sky. Yet in that desolation I felt it, a pulse beneath the dust. Life waiting, for even in wrath there was mercy hidden. The fire that destroys is also the fire that purifies. I realized, God's wrath is not revenge. It is the final act of love, the burning away of all that cannot be saved. When the last echo faded, I looked to the horizon and saw light returning, not the cold light of day, but the warm, living flame of a new beginning. For every storm gives birth to silence, and every silence to song. This was not the end. It was the cleansing before creation's rebirth, and I heard the Spirit whisper, "Behold, I make all things new."